That's interesting that you bring up your yoga and roga, because in today's world, I think people associate yoga with fitness more than the clinical aspects of it. Can you give some differences in terms of how yoga needs to be approached from a clinical perspective? So how can Ayurveda and yoga combine to help, or they are separate, distinct areas?
Absolutely. See, the word Ayurveda literally means the science of life, longevity. It is not a specific brand or anything like that. It is overall knowledge base of how to live long, and you can live long only when you live healthy. So yoga is also part of Ayurveda originally, though it evolved into an independent system later on. Though even after evolution, even today the yoga system, the classical yoga system, has its framework and roots strongly intact with Ayurveda. As regards the popular understanding in the West about the gymnastics aspect of yoga, it is only dealing with the flexibility part. And that is due to the unfortunate misinterpretation by some of the early yoga teachers who went abroad or who got a lot of students from abroad. And they presumed mistakenly that yoga simply means gymnastics or flexibility. You can be a gymnast in a circus without being a yogi. So that's not to be confused. The reason for that is the overemphasis on the yoga asanas alone. Some of the yoga asanas do help in extreme flexibility, and it is a good thing to have flexibility of the spine. The more the spine is flexible, the more healthy you are, more fit you are. But that doesn't mean yoga is just that. It is being very unfair to yoga to equate gymnastics with yoga, which has been happening in the West. Another thing that has been happening in the West is the entire yoga system, which has many components and dimensions, was reduced to simply gymnastics of yogasanas. And the yogasana acharyas, who were very famous, who are global teachers, they are partly responsible for this misconception. I respect all of them, but I still point to the fact that the misinterpretation has been done, especially in the West. So it is high time that the total picture of yoga to be understood in connection with Ayurveda on one side, so far as health is concerned. Now, as far as the health is concerned, to be healthy without any kind of complaint or malady or disease or uncomfortableness or infection, etc., total perfect health is what is actually health. Not, getting addicted to drugs, getting addicted to doctors and taking regular medicines, then say I am healthy. Somebody was telling all my people's parameters are fine. I asked them, are they taking medicines or not? If you take medicines, any parameter can be brought to fineness. Without medicines, you should be healthy. That is natural health. Like, for example, the animals in the forest, they don't go to any doctors and take any medicines. They are perfectly healthy. How? In fact, the origin of Ayurveda is from the forest. The animals were observed by the forest dwellers, and the animals were consuming certain herbs for certain problems the animals had, and the tribals observed carefully and noted that and applied that to humans in the forest. And the scholars from cities or towns went to forest and recorded that knowledge of the forest, which became the original Nighantu or knowledge of the Ayurveda. So from nature we can learn a lot, and there is no need for taking any allopathic medicines or drugs at all, except of course under emergencies like accidents and so on and so forth. So normally it is your perfect birthright to be healthy. In fact, there is a hospital called Birthright that deals only with babies who are born there. But I am talking of the babies after growing to adults. Yeah. Even then it is their birthright to be perfectly healthy, and there is no need to go to any hospital. And that is possible through yoga, which is very closely integrated with Ayurveda.